Welcome everyone, Happy New Year to you. Today it is the 2nd of January. What better way to kick off the new year than by revisiting some memes from the month of December 2025. We had the F1 season finale in Abu Dhabi. We had the off season, including, Secret Santa and things like that. So let's find out what memes we had to tide us over for the final month of 2025. In 1984, a teenager named Zach Brown appeared on Wheel of Fortune and won $3,050. He used his winnings to buy a go-kart, later became the CEO of McLaren, racing to help Max Verstappen win his 5th World Drivers' Championship. This was posted a month ago. I can only assume this happened after Qatar, where McLaren just made the stupid mistake of not pitting their drivers when everyone else in the field pitted, trying to give themselves an advantage or some flexibility later down the line that just actually never ended up happening. Max Verstappen, when asked about how did he prepare for finale this week, spent time with my daughter, figured out some stuff for GT3 and sim team for next year. Yeah. Obviously, he didn't end up winning the title, but Max's approach to pretty much everything this year, after Hungary, he said he didn't think they'd win another race. He ended up winning, I think, more races in the second half of the season than anyone. As a father to a young daughter, I can very much appreciate you just want to spend time with your little girl, and yeah, he's just working on his hobbies. The man has the right approach. He's mellowed so much since winning the first couple of titles, and I think he's just at peace now. How the 7th row of the grid is going to look next year. We've got depressed Lewis. Lewis is supposed to be Nick Fury, and I think the bottom is Pink Guy from the Filthy Frank show. I feel like Bottas would actually wear that fit. Covers too much, and yet covers reveals all at the same time. Nothing at all. I don't know if 7th row of the grid is too optimistic for Cadillac in their first year, but we shall see. Ferrari? Who even knows? They went from proof that showing up always matters. Aww. Wanted to make fun of him, but this is just too wholesome. Comments, do your thing. Lance Stroll with his sister Chloe and his brother-in-law, Chloe's husband, Scotty James. That looks like possibly Singapore. It's either Singapore or Vegas. That's very cute. Recently watched the Scotty James Pipe Dream documentary on Netflix. That was very good. Lance is in that a little bit, as is Chloe and Lawrence. So if you want a little bit of sort of extraneous F1 content, then go check it out. It should be free to race, right? Last lap, Max P1, Oscar P3, Lando P4. Swap places. No. Didn't happen in the end. We did have the 3 of them on the podium in the Max, Oscar, Lando order. The championship's been won, and the Papaya Rule stuff has sort of been put to bed for at least for another couple of months. So that would have been funny to see. Sadly, it didn't happen. My parents in their 20s. Let's buy a house. Me in my 20s. I'll never financially recover from this purchase. And it's just the Lego Speed F1 car. I got one of them. I got the McLaren one. Hashtag gifted by my wife. Thank you, wife. I'm sure you are tuning in. It says age 10 and up. I am the up part of that, and I'm sure most of you are too. Don't lie, none of us have girlfriends. Don't shoot, I am Tifosi. Prove it. Next year is our year. I have never seen a meme from The Pianist before. If you haven't seen that film, go watch it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Basically, he's a Polish who played piano. He found a dead Nazi, basically, and took his coat because it's so cold. So they think he's a Nazi, and he's like, I'm not a Nazi. And anyway, that's all of us who follow the Scuderia. Max is sick, so he will not attend the FIA Gala. Looks inside. Online in iRacing. I don't blame Max for not wanting to go. He will have been for the last 4 or 5 years and, scooped up the trophy. Obviously not in COVID yet. I don't think there was an awards in 21. Max is based for basically saying he wasn't feeling well and then just playing video games. He clearly was sick. Max did a video message left for Lando, and he sounded like pretty gruff. So I believe he was sick, but I also believe he very much made the most of it. Damn, bro. Okay, so this is post-season, so less to talk about, and I guess we're saying that Kimi has been trafficked, or Toto and someone else are on Epstein Island? Censoring quite the opposite, but hell yeah. Guess who has more podiums than Hamilton in 2025? James Vowles, apparently. He's been doing some racing, hasn't he? Good old JV. James dominance could bore fans. And sometimes why? Excellent grammar jokes there. James He did the Golf 12 Hours in the GT3 Amateur category. James Vowles on the podium, won the category. He won a race. Can anyone else say they won a race? It's 2026 and Adrian Newey delivered a great car. That's Stroll World Champion. Fair play to whoever's made that. That's very, very well made. I don't know if it's just ChatGPT jobby, but the world is a better place for it. It exists. Stroll 21, Stroll 22, Stroll 23, Stroll 24, ha ha ha. Imagine if this were to really happen. Entire Formula Dank, Ferrari, Charles and Max fans, Team LH and Lando girls will be in therapy. P5, go Williams! Another Williams appreciation post. They clinched P5 in the Constructors with another good showing in Qatar with that podium that Carlos got. Amazing post-race radio between Carlos, his engineer, and James Vowles. 2 podiums in a debut year for Williams. No one would have predicted that, I don't think. And yeah, the 5th place in the Constructors for the first time in like a decade, I think. I really hope they go places, win races, trade places in this next rule change. Rust-Stappen breakup. Did you encourage Max to give you a tow? Yes. And did you get it? No. That must have been qualifying in Abu Dhabi. I thought George was going to be the curveball for the championship. In the end, just had no pace in the race. Neither did Charles. Those two were sort of the wild cards in the championship fight, and in the end, came to nothing, sadly. But maybe next year is our year. Oh, is the bus going to take the inside line? Oh, what a move! What a move! Where is this road? I want to go there. What a wonderful road. That looks like so much fun to drive on. Everyone's cutting corners. I wonder if anyone in the comments is going to make the point that it's like Villeneuve and Arnoux. Interesting place for Ferrari to test their 26 car. So instead of going down the historical route, which was what I assumed, they've gone down the let's all laugh at Ferrari route, which is equally as valid. Which country is this? So I never rent a car there. Indonesia. Okay. I have a very good friend from Indonesia. So Yasmin, if you're watching, let me know where this is when we're renting cars and having a race. Although it is a very big country, so very good chance that people don't know where it is. Blimey. Holy moly, it's not F1. Russell playing chess. Oh yes, this was the post referenced earlier. Try and get me behind Verstappen on his in-lap, he'll probably give me a tow. As we found out, he did not. SF23, good in quali. SF24, good in race. SF25, good riddance. Very much so. We don't want to see that car anymore. Bring back the F175 is all I'm saying. That's this one from 2022, not to be confused with the F175 show at the start of the year. Please God let this happen because it would be so effing funny. Last lap, Oscar first, Max second, Osama bin Russell third, Lando fourth. So Max had a bad pit stop. I think it's only fair if I let him through. Why does Haas keep such a bad driver? Hard to swallow pills. Rookie Behrman outscored Ocon in all statistics. Wow. I didn't realise it was like that. I mean, Behrman is clearly an incredible driver, the future of Ferrari. It will be Behrman in that car alongside Charles Leclerc. No doubt about that. Well, will it be alongside Charles Leclerc? Will he even go the distance? Is he going to put up with Ferrari any longer? But yeah, I think that's just the difference between a very good driver who's a good, safe pair of hands in Ocon and an extremely talented, I don't want to say generational talent, we don't know that yet, but someone who clearly has the makings of being potential future world champion. The quality of the rookies this year was so goddamn high that I don't feel weird saying that at all. Most of the rookies this year have a trajectory that could see them become a champion one day. The pact has been made. Crash into Lando? Crash into Lando! Given how many Max fans keep praying for this, the absolute funniest thing in the world would be all three crashing into each other and DNFing. Does nothing P1. First step done. Christmas for Toto. Verstappen Racing, multi-year collaboration with Mercedes-AMG. Well, that's cool. Verstappen's GT3 team, I guess, are running Mercedes GTR. Max, come to the dark side. We have GT3 cars. Two bitches who spent 2025 jerking off on the sofa, now getting paid millions to block the track and finish P13. Living the American dream, lads. Lockheed Martin Cadillac USAF F1 Raptor. P13? I think they'd be quite happy with that. Well, like I said before, I hope that's not the case. I hope they do quite well, but it would be funny. Liked by Quentin Tarantino. You can tell by the colour of the car this is Alonso. If you look closely enough, you can see Adrian Newey's leg pressing the gas pedal around the 8-second mark. But the biggest question is where Newey's pants are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a team from Supercars post that leg shot, and that's been paired with the F1 on board by Racing News 365. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere else first. Here's a stat for the broadcasting team this weekend. Nico Rosberg will end the turbo hybrid era, 2014 to 2025, third in wins and poles. Nico Rosberg has missed the final 201 races as he retired in 2016. That is crazy. Obviously, Lewis and Max would be first, second, and I guess there's not been a consistent other driver. I mean, Bottas, Vettel, there's not really been anyone else. Perez got a few. It's basically three big uns. Bottas got a fair amount of poles and he got 10 wins. Vettel, similar. I think he got 15 wins with Ferrari. There's not been anyone else. Rosberg did all his winning, save for 3 races from 2014 onwards. And he had like 30 odd wins. So not that surprising when you think about it, but on face value, it's like, what?
The reason for retirement?
Save the engine.
I love Ollie Behrman so much. He may not have got the most points out of the rookies, but I think he's by far the funniest. Me having to verify everything with my mum at my grown age. It's just the fact that it's like, he had an idea of what he was going to say, and he had to toe the party line and say it was the engine. And I think the length of the is what does it for me. How long is the So good. The timing is everything. So those 3 points did matter. He's lucky Oscar listened. Lando won by 2 points in the end, was it? It depends how you want to look at it. There were so many things throughout the year that changed the points ebbs and flows, and yeah, obviously the 3 points in Monza you can point to and say that was the moment. But also Lando's engine dying in the Netherlands. What about Oscar sliding off the road in Australia? What about Oscar sliding into the wall in Azerbaijan? His 2 sort of really poor races. What about Max spinning in Silverstone, right? There's so many things you could say. What about the McLarens getting disqualified in Vegas? Yep, so Alonso is slowing down here to give Max a tow along the back straight. Nice edit, but Alonso's been doing this all season long. Done it so many times. I think he was asked about it and he was like, yeah, whenever we see each other, we try to give each other a tow. There was a prominent one in Miami, I think it was, where the screenshot's from. But there have been loads of others. I just can't think of them right now.
Charles Leclerc, who's won twice in Formula 1 before from pole, is going to win from pole again and start the season off with celebrations for Ferrari. Charles Leclerc wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it is a 1-2 finish for the Scuderia. Carlos Sainz comes home in second.
Why did you do that? Why did you make that? It started off so well, and those first few races were insane in 2022. In the end, Charles was but a footnote in the regulations. He got 3 wins in 22, none in 23, 3 in 24, none in 25. He got 6 wins out of 4 seasons. Max Verstappen won almost every race between 2022 and 2023. And it's a choice. It's a choice we make to support Ferrari. What can you do? Alonso's road to ruin. Joins McLaren. Honda engine. Joins Aston. Stroll teammate. New 250 million factory. Newey joins. Honda engine. The Honda engine of 2015, this is not, so maybe things will be different. Verstappen fans with all their merch next year, the 1, the 3, and the 33. It is a shame that he's ditching 33 after all these years. It's always been his number, but he originally wanted number 3, and Ricciardo had it, so he just doubled it and made it 33. Now that Ricciardo's gone, he can take it again, so why the hell not? Because it's such a big year of seismic change, they've decided they're going to allow the drivers to change their number if they want to. So people like, I think Charles always wanted to be number 7, and Lewis is always going to be 44. That was always his number. But I expect to see a few drivers pick different numbers. I feel like we'll probably see about half the drivers change their number and the rest keep them. Yeah, we got it. We were talking. This was awful. I'm not going to read it all out because it's on the screen, but Lewis was having a nightmare with Adami on the radio, as per usual, and he just kept getting a load of noise and unnecessary chatter. And then the one time he actually wanted a response, which was when he, gave them a heartfelt thanks for what was admittedly a shit season, he got silence. I think that sums it up really, and I will be very surprised if Adami is in that seat next year. Absolute depression. When you realise that Norris won a world championship before Leclerc. We're in 2026 now, and it does feel weird, really, to think Lando Norris is reigning world champion. LN1 is going to be on the grid. Money doesn't buy happiness, but have you ever seen someone sad in a Ferrari? Yes, I definitely can think of at least 2 people. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. It's too close to the Interstellar post from a few memes ago. Most likely outcome tomorrow. Wow, the clairvoyance on this one is pretty incredible. Yes, P3 being awarded the championship, kissing the girl, getting the champagne sprayed the most. Yeah, 100%. The big Leclerc. Who's this Ferrari? Leclerc. The big Leclerc. Understood. Yeah, I love that one. Although, yeah. So Arthur being little Leclerc, because Ferrari rolled out Arthur again for FP1. I feel like they just roll out Arthur for a jolly in Abu Dhabi. But nice. Always nice to see the 2 Leclercs together. Max Verstappen will return in Avengers Doomsday. Doom, 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 doom. Max Verstappen. Be good to see him turn up in that. Audi reveals new F1 team name and logo. Saudi F1 team. Ironically, they sold a big chunk of the team to Qatari investors, not Saudi. So close enough, I guess. It's in that sort of region, but don't think Saudi Arabia and Qatar are very fond of each other. Things that serve no purpose yet somehow exist. The holes in Converses, the button on your jeans, the connector on monitor cable, I guess, and the Ferrari pit wall. So this is a key example of like December fodder. Like, we have no racing to talk about. Let's just do an evergreen, everyone laugh at Ferrari post. Mercedes and Red Bull have reportedly found a way to gain 15 horsepower and 0.3 seconds in 2026. Are they I don't know. Are they killing Ferrari, or are they digging up Ferrari's illegal engine? I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Ferrari have now abandoned the 2026 car to start 2027 off strong. Close enough, Chile. Again, pretty close to the meme. I mean, it's the 3rd place guy celebrating hard again, a few posts apart. So obviously this is a favourite of Formula Dank, but in any case, it's still pretty good. Now that the championship's over, let's talk about the real Max competition. So he did want number 69, and he was going to pick it, but Kelly talked him out of it because she's like, bro, what are you doing? You're a grown man, for God's sake, stop it. Even though we did have Kalle Rovanperä in World Rally Championship running 69 for the last few years. List of people with 7 World Drivers' Championships at home. Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Kelly Piquet. Very true. 3 for her dad and 4 for her, I was going to say husband then, they're not married, but her partner. How accurate. The evolution of Max. Verstappen 2021 is just all rage and all power. And Max in 2025, much more considered, much more chill, and still with all the power, but yeah, a more level head. That's Wow. I don't know who thought of that, but congratulations, that's very clever. Our final hope. Didn't happen in the end. As I said, George wasn't really a factor in the final race. But my money is on George for the title this year. I'm not going to put any money on him. His odds aren't even like that long, so it's not going to be much of a win. The cameraman cutting to Oscar when Charles mentions family during the prize-giving gala, and then Oscar commenting. This was... He's got an incredible dry sense of humour, as Oscar. Posting this in advance, this race was shit. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember. Was it Abu Dhabi? No, Abu Dhabi was good. It was a decent race. There was a bit of fun with the traffic. There's a bit of fun with, will Lando get held up? Will Max make another pit stop? Will Oscar play ball with the team? So it wasn't bad. For an Abu Dhabi, it was pretty good. Abu Dhabi is normally awful. But this was okay, I thought. I would give it 6 out of 10. Mercedes and Red Bull said to have found a loophole in the 2026 engine regs. Ferrari have evaluated over 50 front wings. It's the most important. I haven't seen any memes from the AJ v Jake Paul fight, but this is the first. I mean, I've seen the memes of the screenshots. I've not seen them applied to F1. We waited years for that Hulkenberg. Which moment was better? Hulkenberg's first podium, McLaren constructors. I love democracy. Give it. I am the Senate. Well, McLaren constructors, they got that last year. Hulk's podium comes but once a year. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Oscar does seem to be Formula Dank's favourite out of the McLaren drivers, and he put on a good show. I really do need to watch Ford versus Ferrari again. Bro doesn't understand off-season. The rest of Formula One: winter vacation, no racing. Max Verstappen. Yeah, the boy he can't get enough of racing, can he? He doesn't care whether it's on track, on a sim, in a tin top, in an open wheel. He's there. Got to keep those skills sharp, and technically he has driven Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari. Avatar, The Way of Water, marks the acting debut of Formula One champion Lando Norris. He is also the first, until now the only, Formula One driver to get a lead role in a major motion picture. I looked back on this meme a couple of months ago, and I did not realise that is genuinely a shot from the film. I always thought it was photoshopped for some reason. It's not. It literally is blue Lando Norris. No online iRacing. Oh, Max online iRacing during the awards. This is the meme from earlier, but actually showing his, I guess it's Discord status while he's playing iRacing. Why is Max so, unironically funny? At all times, Max is just funny. 2021 me would be in utter disbelief. Now they acting like nothing even happened. I love that we're still using Snapchat style text on screen to make jokes about stuff. They've both put it behind them now, no? I know the fans haven't, but I feel like for them it's it's done. Bro, exactly my point. Bro, they're all flying around in private jets living in Monaco while we're arguing about something that happened 5 years ago. Yeah, it's... But you didn't need to murder everyone in this sub. Yeah, get over it. Stop crying for a millionaire who has no idea you exist. Just, save yourself the grief. When the world needed him most, he vanished. Like I was saying, George just not a factor in Abu Dhabi, and from where he was on the grid, looked like he would be straight down the inside of someone, but yeah, never happened. I liked this one. How it feels to be a Lando fan on Formula Dank. I won. Lando cops a lot of flack on Formula Dank, probably more than any other driver except Lance Stroll. Vindication for the Lando fans. Holy crit. Yeah, okay. I'm glad this is so far up. Zach's radio message to Lando was dog. It was so bad. You knew one of your drivers was going to win the title all year. You've had 8-9 months to think of something, and that was the best he could come up with. Come on. Lando, this is Zach from McLaren. Is this the world champion hotline? No, that is not it. If one of them wins next year, do better. Everyone says Ferrari will have 15 less HP next season, so I added 15 more HP. Why don't they do that? It's stupid. Look, we know they're stupid. It's a work of art. I find it very sweet. Not a hate post, just nice to see how proud she is. Yeah, look, for all the papaya rules and bullshit and fighting between fans this year, Lando's mum, Siska, has been consistently just, in awe of her son and very wholesome. Pretty much every time she's got a huge smile on her face. She's doing a heart to the camera or whatever. Like, seems like a very kind lady. So yeah, let's give Siska a free pass. Aww. He loves his rookies, and especially loves his son, Kimi. Max's reaction every time they take Kimi away. Max looks so offended and lost every time they take Kimi away from him. Future teammates. Well, hey, let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. McLaren CEO. Oh my lord, Max! Oh my god! Same as before, but very good use of the dragon meme. When you compare to like the grandiose sort of world champion messages you have on the radio over the years, it's bottom of the pile. Like, I don't like the guy, but like Horner's iconic, like, Sebastian Vettel, you are the world champion, like from 2010. That is up there, it's very iconic, and he says it in such a like musical way that it will go down forever and it'd be used in sound bites. This is just a joke. It's just a meme. I just want McLaren to lose World Drivers' Championship because of how they treated Hülkenberg. I think Nico will be fine. He didn't get the fellow podium scorers celebrating with him very much, and he didn't get a real trophy. He got a Lego trophy, but he's also got a beautiful family, and he is lead driver for a huge multinational car company next year. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he's too bothered, probably. Bro said it ain't over yet. Are you not entertained? This image is just everywhere. I'm seeing it basically under every post about Max now, as well as the one of him like pointing to a watch. So expect to see more of that next year. And this was, I think, in response to him getting pole for Abu Dhabi. Oof. You have 0 podiums in this season. The guy whom you replaced has 2. The rookie who replaced you has 3. It don't look good, Brev. Yeah, look, one of my earliest memories of the season was in Melbourne, when those 3 drivers, Hamilton, Sainz, Antonelli, did a press conference together, and I got shots on my phone of it, put it on all over social, and in that time I was thinking, like, yeah, these are 3 of the big stories this year, guys at new teams. And at that moment, you got to think, oh yeah, Lewis is going to probably get a win or 2 based on Ferrari last year, maybe some podiums. Carlos will get points throughout the year. Kimi will, probably get a handful of podiums. And actually, Kimi was accurate. The other 2 were completely back to front. Hoping Lewis in red V2 this year is a lot better. 3rd time this post has come up now, but I like that they did it scene for scene. So yeah, getting the medal, kissing the girl who also happens to have the correct hair for the meme, so that's very good. Don't remember him grabbing her ass in the broadcast, so points off for that. And then obviously glugging the, well, I was gonna say champagne, it's actually rose water in Abu Dhabi, but close enough. Very good. I know what to do, so leave it to me. So that was a lie. Anytime Tyler, the creator, comes into play is all good with me. But yeah, people were expecting the Perez style defense from 2021. In the end, yeah, we did not get that. Wasn't really able to help Max out in any way. I think he probably tried to do it on the wrong part of the circuit, but also Lando was pretty aggressive in getting past. I'm not going to get mired in the did he overtake off the track controversy or not, because frankly I don't really care. Basically Tsunoda not quite able to do it, and now he's out of a seat. Lindblad is in Racing Bulls, Hadjar's in Red Bull, Yuki is on the sidelines. And that is going to do it for December and indeed 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Which was your favourite meme of the last month of the year? I like the pointing Spider-Man of Max. I like the Hulk image of Max too. I like the Lando 3-panel thing with the celebrations. Balance of World Drivers' Championship stuff and also sort of December fodder. I might change this up for the year. I might do it for Grand Prix instead of months because it's a little bit less confusing. Sometimes I have to think back, oh, what race is this about? And don't know if that necessarily works for this format. So yeah, let's see if I can make it a bit more timely. But until the next one, I will do one for January and probably February because, you know, what else is there to do? Until then, I will see you at various places on the internet. Thank you so much for watching. Ta-ta and farewell.